everybody, and well, we're going to see Truth or Dare. I had absolutely no intention of seeing this alleged pile of crap, but a couple of people have requested a review of it, so I've enlisted my buddy Justin, aka Jay the Bald Guy.
Hey guys.
And yeah, look, what we're hoping for is something that is so bad it's good. I mean, I love those kind of movies. He doesn't, but I still make him see them anyway. And yeah, so that's all I could possibly hope for with this movie. So we're going to check it out. We're going to let you know what we think of it. And who knows what's going to happen. So cue the intro.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Drop that zero and get with the hero.
Alright, so there you go. We went and saw Truth or Dare.
Which in itself was a dare.
Oh yes, absolutely. And that's the truth. Ding! So Truth or Dare is a horror film directed by Jeff
Wadlow?
Jeff Wadlow.
Kick-Ass 2 was probably one of his most recent movies.
Oh, God, did he do Kick-Ass 2?
He did do Kick-Ass 2.
I liked that movie. Anyway, so this movie tells the story of a group of, I guess they were supposed to be teenagers or something, played by, 30-year-olds, who travel to Mexico for spring break, woo! And they wind up in going off with some guy to this creepy place, this building, I don't know what you'd call it.
Was it an old church building.
Where they end up playing a game of Truth or Dare, unbeknownst to our beloved characters. This game has consequences. That's right. A demon named Skrillex or Durex or something.
We don't even remember.
No, is possessing them one by one and making them play a game of Truth or Dare. And if they don't do it, they die. And oh, wow, really, who cares? So this is definitely a movie I had no intention of seeing because all the reviews were terrible. Admittedly, some of the reviews, though, were saying this movie is, one of those movies that's so bad it's good. And being a big fan of those movies, I thought, hey, let's check it out. And
whereas I'm the opposite. I believe that life is short and you need to invest the time properly.
But look, for me personally, yeah, I loved it. This is the Room of horror movies. I am not kidding. It was like Tommy Wiseau, the hand of Wiseau himself, came down from the clouds and touched a computer and made this screenplay appear. This movie was terrible, but intriguing and funny. We were laughing our asses off through this film.
Yeah. I'm surprised we weren't told to shut up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The thing is, the first 2 minutes of the film showed promise. It actually was good. It was genuinely good. It was
I even said to you, this is a strong start.
Yeah, it was a great start to the film. It had tension, it had excitement, it had some drama, and it told you everything you needed to know without saying much. Obviously, I don't want to spoil it. Invest in those 2 minutes and then walk out. But in all seriousness, it was a great way to open the film. And I thought, okay, this could be a surprise. And yes, it was. Look, it was a surprise because I personally was surprised, and I guess you were surprised too, of how absurd it got so fast.
Absolutely. And yeah, that's the thing. I was expecting bad. I didn't really know what level of bad to expect, but this whole thing was just fascinating to watch.
For the wrong reasons. Because you're watching it for how worse it's going to get, not because of the story, but because of the so-called characters.
Exactly. The thing with this script, and the thing that I found probably the most entertaining, was that, I'm always banging on about this screenplay rule, show, don't tell, because film is a visual medium, and, just last night, I was watching the beginning of 10 Cloverfield Lane. That movie just told you so much about the main character without a word of dialogue spoken. This movie, the characters were standing around in every scene explaining what was going on in the scene. They weren't even talking about what they were going to do or what has happened. It was just a case of standing around oh, this is happening right now. They were just directly, blatantly telling the audience what was going on. And we're sitting there
We
Well,
know this.
Duh! We're watching the movie. We don't need you guys narrating. It was like a
It
narration.
almost was, yeah. They were narrating the scenes
Yeah.
based on what they had just experienced. You know, for example, a door closes by itself. So a character's going to say, that door closed by itself.
Exactly. There was just so much of that going on and just repetition of so many things. Like the two main female leads.
This isn't a spoiler.
No, it's not a spoiler. There's going to be no spoilers here. Not that it matters. But yeah, they just had this, moment at the start where it's like, we're best friends, and stuff. And then in the same conversation, it's like, oh, because we're best friends. It's like, oh, wow, okay, we get it. How many times did you count?
I counted at least, in a span of 10 minutes, I counted at least 3 references that they were besties.
Yeah. And what else?
And also, in case you aren't aware that they're holidaying in Mexico for spring break, you're reminded, I think, 5 times.
This thing, they just kept going on and on and on, like throughout the film, but to the point where, for me anyway, it was entertaining.
The best laugh in that, opening sequence is a character named Ronnie, who's the token douchebag of the group. And he threatens to start a fight with this guy who's sitting at the other end of the bar.
Oh, that line delivery.
And he's ready to kick the shit out of him. And, our lead character, who I forget her name, she diffuses the situation and says, the guy's doing shots over here. You should go and do some shots. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go do some shots because that's what I'm known for.
But that performance was actually better than what we were given.
That's what he says.
Yeah. All the performances in this movie were so substandard. Like, it went from...
Everything is a step down for everyone.
Yeah, it ranged from them just delivering lines to gratuitously overacting in some scenes. And
There's that one most talking of that. There are scenes in the film where, again, going back to Dan's reference of show don't tell, everything about this so-called cursed game can be found on Google. And
oh my God.
They're all sitting next to each other, searching on an Apple Mac laptop, no less, because they can all afford one. So there's 3 laptops. They're all searching the same thing. What? Can't they just do it on one?
That's the thing, it annoys me in movies when they take the cheap way out, the lazy way out, and just have the characters do a Google search for something to find the answers. This movie, there were 3 or 4 major scenes where they've got to find out some information, and they just sit and Google it. Like, wow.
And also, don't forget Lucas, the character of Lucas. His reaction to any new information that's revealed in the story, it's the exact same reaction. I liken this to your review of 50 Shades Freed. Or maybe it was 50 Shades Darker, I forget which one it was. But any time when Anastasia Steele was threatened or...
got a promotion.
It's the same flat, deadpan reaction. Nothing happens. In this film, this character named Lucas, whether someone's bursting through a door trying to kill someone, or he just discovers a new piece of information on the internet, it's the same reaction. Oh my God, it's the same thing.
I know, he was a very excitable young lad. What else? This movie
Thank God he wasn't searching porn.
This movie wasn't scary in the slightest. There was no tension. The jump scares weren't even jumpy. Like, I'll admit, with bad horror movies that rely on jump scares, sometimes they get you. Sometimes you do get that adrenaline shot that sort of makes you go, oh, okay, got me there. This one, none of them did.
And the more they thought it wasn't going to scare people, they turned the volume up.
Yeah, exactly. But even that just wasn't scary.
No.
The scenes where they've got to do the dares or whatever were just laughably bad.
Oh, yeah.
We were laughing our asses off. They were so lame. I won't spoil any of them. You've got to go see this movie if you're after a solid laugh.
Sadly, this is one of those films, yeah.
And one of the dare scenes especially was it just had such a complete shift. It was sort of like, wait a minute, what are they doing here? And again, it was like Wiseau just was like, okay, I write this scene. The cinematography was just so lame. There was even one shot, I don't know if you noticed it, but there was one shot where it looked like the camera got bumped.
Actually, I did see that.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me.
I just decided to ignore it and focus on everything else that was stupid.
I was just like, oh man, I hope that happens again.
I think what the biggest crime this movie makes is that it's unaware of its own intention. And I cast your memory back to Happy Death Day, a film that wasn't really scary, but it knew what it was.
It was fun.
Had fun with the concept, and actually turned out to be a very funny, entertaining film that was very light, but made its point. Another great exception, especially for the Blumhouse category, was Get Out. A fantastic film that had very little in terms of budget or availability of, of resources. Now, that film did fantastic stuff with what it had. This film had, you could tell, it's got resources of people, crew, talent, all that sort of stuff.
And
it's
talent.
wasted. Well, this brings me to my point. It's wasted the whole lot on this entire film, whereas I think it could have been a great film if it decided to take the piss out of itself and realise, okay, this is a stupid idea for a movie.
Exactly.
But we're going to take it so serious that people are going to be so scared. And that's where it gets so wrong. If it knew that it was stupid, this would be a fantastic film.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this movie had nothing to say. It had no message. It had no clever commentary or anything, because how much commentary can you actually provide on a child's game of truth or dare, for God's sake? It was like the movie was trying to be One Missed Call meets Final Destination. The two things, or the things that those two movies had, One Missed Call had a clever commentary on technology and how it connects us all, that sort of thing. Final Destination had really cool death scenes. I mean, the thing we remember from those movies are the death scenes. This movie had none of that whatsoever. There was zero tension. The death scenes were just totally forgettable.
Yeah, I forget who died.
Yeah,
frankly.
exactly.
And the ending, Jesus.
Oh man, the ending. Yeah, but it's left it open for a part two, which
far
I
out.
can't wait. I'm going to be there for the midnight screening of that.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's gonna happen.
and I cannot wait. So yeah, look, this movie just offered nothing but laughs, unintentional laughs.
Yeah.
I mean,
and there was one opportunity for a really, you're talking about social commentary, there was one moment in the film where it had an opportunity to say something. And
yes.
I don't want to spoil it, because in today's social climate, it's relevant.
yeah, exactly.
And it had an opportunity to really dig deeper and go for something. It was totally cut.
For those who have seen the movie, we're talking about the character of Brad, the son of the policeman who was in his uniform in every single scene.
In case you're that dumb and don't remember that he's a cop, he lives in his police uniform. Every scene that he comes into, there's a fucking cop car there. So yes, the movie had such wonderful promise to, say that little bit about something, and then just, no, we cut to something completely different.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
That was just a true letdown. But one thing I do think this film has done, I'd have to check this, but I think it has set a world record for how many times it says truth or dare in the film.
Yes.
I swear to God, it must be up to 50. In case you're that stupid and you forget what you're watching, it reminds you over and over and over. Even at the end credits, at the end of the end credits, there's like 8 seconds left in the film, you still hear truth or dare. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, I know what we were watching.
I had a really good time watching this. We were laughing the whole way through.
For the wrong reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, to be honest, I would actually add this movie to my collection. This is the kind of movie that I could gladly sit down and show people, but get them in the mindset that what you're about to see is an unintentional comedy. Now, you probably noticed at the start of this review, I have added this to my Trashy Treasure list of reviews, because in all seriousness, this movie really is, to me, up there with The Room and Hard Rock Zombies and Deadly Prey and all of those kind of films that...
I hate to say it, but you're completely right.
Yeah, absolutely. So on the Trashy Treasure scale, I am going to give Truth or Dare a 9 out of 10.
I have to agree. This is one of those films where you would think it's 2018. It doesn't get this bad, surely.
But we had fun.
It's one of those movies that, you will have fun with it. Like Dan said, for all the wrong reasons. It's almost like one of those movies where you do have to see it to believe it.
Yes.
Only because of this day and age where you think, they wouldn't make a movie like that because the script's awful, or the or this actor's terrible, or that's not scary. People aren't going to watch that. I think I think in future, what we're going to discover is that Jason Blum and Blumhouse Productions have capitalised on the fact that people love stupid entertainment. This film's only mistake was that it took itself too seriously.
Which to me wasn't quite a mistake. It was, but it just made the movie so much more enjoyable for me to watch.
So on that level, I'm going with Dan on this one. I'm also going to give it a 9 out of 10.
Alright, so that's our thoughts on Truth or Dare, a review that you guys requested. We weren't going to see this movie, but a few people said, hey, we want to see a review, so there you go. That's what we thought of the amazing Truth or Dare. That I'm going to have trouble at the end of this year, because I kind of want to put it in my top 10 for the year.
Well, it is only April.
Yeah, I know.
There might still be some room for it, you never know.
I was really entertained. I genuinely had such a good time watching this film. So, look, if you guys have seen Truth or Dare, just in case you forgot what it was called, let us know what you thought. Let us know if you also had a similar kind of reaction to it. If you were, generally entertained and had some fun.
Well, actually, let's put it this way. Firstly, we're going to dare you to admit that you've seen it. And then we want the truth of what you thought of it.
That's actually kind of like what this script was like. So once again, a really big thank you to my good friend Justin, aka Jay the Bald Guy, for being subjected to this, because I sort of dragged him in kicking and screaming, but I know he had fun. Don't forget to check out his channel. I will put a little subscription button on the end thing where Arnie's talking, and also a link in the description box below. And in the meantime, if you guys have seen Truth or Dare, drop us some comments either here or on Facebook. All the social media links are in the description below, because we like to talk about movies. We would love to talk about movies with you. Catch you next time.
Click subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest movie reviews. Skynet will be taking over any day now, so what have you got to lose? Nyah.